Hey YouTube land, it's me Charlie, and it has been a while. I wanted to talk about pronouns because it's Pride Month. So I'm not just gonna talk to you about pronouns in general, but I'm gonna talk to you about me and pronouns and how things work. Pronouns and me, always a weird subject for me, honestly. How do I explain my relationship with pronouns? So I've definitely talked about this on my channel before, I think, but I am AFAB, which means I was assigned female at birth, which means for so much of my life I was just she, her to most people. I'm still she, her to many people, because when you're non-binary, gender fluid, and all of these things, you're just always coming out. It's just a continuous cycle of things, you know? But yeah, I'd always heard just she, her, you're a girl, blah, 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 blah. And then as I was starting to figure things out, I was like, why don't I try out some new pronouns and things? And occasionally I started going by he, him, just with one friend to see how I felt about that. And I was really liking that, on those certain times, and it made me feel good. And so for a while now, I just keep kind of swapping based on how I feel, which if I'm more femme, more mask, every time I just feel a different way, I will use she, her, or he, him. And it's complicated because sometimes I'm just I don't even know what I feel like today. Ask me in 5 minutes. And usually, I will have an answer 5 minutes later. Just oh yeah, I know. I get it now. Honestly, half the time, how I feel is based on what outfit I pick up for the day. It's oh, I'm gonna wear these jeans that fit this way. I'm gonna wear this style shirt. Okay, now I feel more mask or more femme. Cool. And then it can definitely change. That doesn't definitely mean that that's how I'm gonna feel, but that's usually how it happens. And if it's one of those days where I call them my flux days, where I just kind of go in between, or both, or neither. Yeah, so on days when I'm swapping, I've started to use they, them for those days, because it not only feels easier on me, that also feels easier on everyone else, because then I don't have to be yeah, I know 5 minutes ago I said she, her, but now I'm feeling he, him, I'm sorry. Yeah, it just kind of feels a little bit easier on those days when I'm not fully sure how I'm feeling. I'm having so much trouble wording this next thing that I want to say, but I've also asked my friends, at least, because I always do all my pronoun stuff with them. I've asked them to start using they, them for me when I'm not around, because I don't know, in a way that kind of makes me feel better and makes me feel when they're talking about me to somebody else, that person will read me as non-binary and not immediately be that's a girl or that's a boy that you're talking about. Yeah, so when I'm not in the conversation, I feel better when people refer to me as they, them, but I still like using situational pronouns. That's what the whole thing is called, when you swap pronouns based on how you're feeling or whatever. Yeah. It's so hard to put things into words, especially speaking. I have texted people about this so many times now, and yeah, situational pronouns are just, they seem not easy to explain. It's just, I'm feeling this way, so I want to use these pronouns. I'm feeling that way, I want to use those pronouns. So, yeah. But especially, I don't know, they, them just kind of feels when I'm not in the room, go ahead and use they, them for me. If you are watching this and you talk about me for some reason, I don't know, but I'm definitely fine with she, her if I'm feeling like strongly femme that day, I'm fine with he, him if I'm feeling strongly mas that day. But when people are talking about me and I'm not around, I like they, them, even though I have no way of knowing that someone is talking about me with they, them pronouns or not. So yeah, pronouns are weird. I wasn't comfortable using they, them for a long time just because it just felt like so impersonal, I guess, to use they, them for myself, at least. I don't know, it just didn't feel quite. And then I started hearing some people use they, them for me, even like while I was around. I was just like, you know, I don't hate this anymore. Like, this is okay. I'm starting to see why I'm coming off as they, them. I almost didn't feel like I was like even non-binary enough to use they, them, because I was mostly feeling just straight up femme, straight up mask, straight up girl, straight up boy on certain days. And I was like, but I also have like the days where I'm like going back and forth and back and forth. I'm like going in flux. I'm feeling both, I'm feeling neither, I'm feeling one or the other, but like 5 minutes apart from each other. So I just wanted to come on here and like tell you guys how I've like changed how my relationship with pronouns is working. And yeah, it's always okay to like tell people maybe my identity isn't what I thought it was. Most queer people come out at least once. Some come out more than that, and some people just have to like keep figuring out what their identity is. And it's not like my identity hasn't changed. I'm just more comfortable with more things. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was just some internalized transphobia against myself. I just did not feel like I was trans enough or non-binary enough. And on that note, I think we are good here. You tell me if you've, I don't know, changed your relationship with your pronouns, how that's working for you. What pronouns do you use? Has that ever changed? Has your identity ever changed? You know, at once I thought I was also straight. That's not true anymore. So yeah, all my links down there. I have things. I do post places. I just haven't posted much in a while. I'm actually more active on Twitter right now, and I don't think that's a good thing. But oh, I have a podcast. It's called Fandoms Gone Wrong. That's a thing. It's on, it's hosted by Anchor. It's also on Spotify, probably on another couple platforms. Yeah, it's me and my mom talking about fandoms and things. Not really queer things. I will probably talk about queer things if I want to on there. Yeah, we're just talking about movies and TV shows and books and things. Our first episode should be on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, if you're interested. Okay, I'm trying the self-promo thing. If you guys like this video, you can go hit the thumbs up and subscribe down below. Hit that bell for notifications. And on that note, I will see you guys real soon.